Okay. Hi everyone. Can you guys hear me? Is the music too loud? Let me lower it. Hi BB, I miss you too. Sorry guys, I've been so busy the last few days. It's been kind of crazy. Alright, let me lower the music. How the hell does it lower? Okay, music. Alright. Decided to visit me after my appearance on Crypto World News. Thank you guys. Yeah, those guys are super awesome. I really enjoy going there, and Elliot is like the nicest person in the world, honestly. And they've been so helpful. And Mike is my, you know, go-to person when it comes to all kinds of questions and indicators. If it wasn't for him, to this day, I still wouldn't know what RSI is. um, yeah, Crib, thank you for following me. Go ahead and ask me questions. Um, you can never watch the videos of that stream never shuts down. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess they're like the 24/7 streaming type of people, so which is a lot of work, you know. Right. Okay. So ask me anything. I know I haven't been on for a while. Also, I just opened up a giveaway. You guys can enter. Sometime during the stream, I will close it and we'll choose a winner. And it's not rigged. I know a lot of you scream that it's rigged, but it's actually not. So all you have to do is type exclamation mark raffle like this, and Moobot will add you. Okay. Sure. Let me look at what we have. So let me go over BTC first. I haven't really traded this thing except the few times where I went long. And oh, make sure you follow me because I don't know how Moobot works, but unless you follow me, is it open? Yes, it should be open. Okay. All right. All right, and I'm giving away $50 worth of whichever coin you prefer. Uh, don't ask me to send you Neo because apparently with Neo it has to be uh, whole numbers. All right. BTC, and as you guys all know, I trade on 4 hour. $50 worth of Dodge. That's millions of Dodge coins. Hi, guy. Hi, RPS. How are you? All right. So, BTC on a 4 hour chart, of course, because it's such a slow moving coin. It's really not worth for me to sit there and scalp it because what's the point of me, going in there with not enough money basically? Because as you know, I don't trade like a lot of people do, right? I don't go all in. What I do is I wait for a nice dip below the base. If the harder it dips, the better it is for me, because this way, like over here, for example, and over here, in these sections, anything below the base is worth my time when it dips more than, 5%. So in order for me to really trade BTC, it has to dip a lot, okay? And I'm not looking for a dip from wherever it came from. I'm looking for the dip below the base because this is the safest area possible for you to buy. Okay, this means that 99% of the time you will have a successful trade. When you're buying into panic, when everybody else is selling, and like Luke, the guy that I follow, and that's his method, like Luke says, this is the safest area for you to buy because when a lot of people don't expect for the coin to drop underneath a very strong support, like it did over here, then the coin starts to tank very actively. And these crazy drops, especially the ones underneath a very strong support, normally have very good bounces. And we're not looking for a bounce to go all the way up to higher than where it was before, right? Because that creates a risky situation, because we're going to be hoping and expecting and whatever. But if you buy under the base and then just play this bounce, and normally what happens is after every base, once it breaks, there's always a bounce, and a lot of times this bounce will go up and touch the previous base, which becomes resistance. Okay, so these sections underneath previous bases are the safest areas for you to get into the trade. But in order for me to really trade BTC and make money on it, I really needed to break a particular base. So I did trade this thing right here a few days ago with like a very small bounce, but this one I'm trading on BitMEX. Okay, so for BitMEX, I don't go. I know some people go like times 100, times 50. I rarely do times 50, and the only way I get into a trade on BitMEX is the same way, is if it breaks the base. If we're panicking, I'm not going short here. There's no point for me to go short because I really don't know. I'm not that good at figuring out where when the coin is going to go down. Thank you, Mr. Law. Wow, 1,000 squares are those, or whatever they are. Thank you. I appreciate it. Um, so basically, I know a lot of people have been asking me, how do I get on, um, how do I get on BitMEX? What do I do? Please let you know what's going short and going long means. Thank you. Okay, so going short is basically, and I'm not that good at BitMEX and stuff. So when people go short, they buy a bunch of contracts, right? And they leveraged their money and I guess BitMEX money. I'm so bad at explaining this. To say, okay, I believe that I'm gonna short over here because I believe that BTC will drop. And if it drops, they're in a lot of profit. Okay. And same thing, basically, if you say over here, I think that because we're underneath the base in my case, because this is how I trade, I think over here is a good chance that it will bounce up. So what you do is you basically making a bet that this thing will go up. Okay. And if it goes up, then you're in profit. And if it goes down, then you lose money. And depends on how much you're willing to bet. There's a greater risk of you losing the money, basically. Okay, so I'm a safe trader. I don't go more than 50. I think I've done 50 maybe 2 or 3 times, times 50 rather. So what I do over here in this whole section, I went long, okay? And I can hold my longs for quite a while because, hey Vicky, because Just finished the CoinG round. Time to relax with Koshka. Thanks, Dan. So all of this time right here, I could safely go long, basically. Well, I didn't go long here, but I did go long over here, and I did go long in this particular section, um, because I've seen massive accumulation of BTC right here. So I'm like, why are they buying 150 coins of BTC all throughout here? I've seen multiple large orders, and then this thing popped basically. So you can absolutely do this. This is more, I guess, safer way to go long, but make sure that the coin breaks a base, and you can do it on 1 hour chart. I know I'm probably one of those crazy people that goes on BitMEX and trades on 1 hour chart there. Going long means when you buy and you expect the coin to go up. Short is when you buy and expect the coin to go low. Okay? So over here, if you would have bought over here and went short, then you would have made money because this thing dipped. Okay? So wherever you buy, let's just say you bought at this point, right? And you're saying in 3 hours or whatever, however long you want to keep that thing open, you expect it to go lower than where you bought it from. That means you're going short. Okay. I do trade on GDAX because of, well, whatever it is. I'm not really good at BitMEX, guys. I'm sorry. I'm like the wrong person to ask the details. Okay, so I do trade on BitMEX a lot, okay? And I'm still trying to figure out a better way of knowing when the coin is going to drop, because I'm really good at playing the bounces, but I would still like to be able to go short because I don't want to miss out on these opportunities. And as soon as I figure out a safe way of doing it, I will let you guys know. Absolutely. If I bump into something over here, I did expect it to go lower because I trade by the order book. Okay, I don't do TA to figure out where stuff is going. Okay, because a lot of times TA is, if not misleading, it's more of it creates a condition, that you have to follow basically. Buying short contracts and buying long contracts means you bet that the price will go up or down without buying the coin itself, but using margin leverage trading on BitMEX. Thank you so much for explaining that. This QFL method is off of 1 hour candles. Can you trade with QFL on shorter time frames? Absolutely you can, but you are at greater risk of losing money on less than 1 hour, because trust me, like I said, I can do the same thing on 1 minute candles, or well, let's just say 15-minute candles. Okay, you can pretty much do the same thing, but you have to be very careful with that, because a lot of times you're going to start layering, and then this thing will go lower and lower and lower, because in 1 to 4 hour chart it actually doesn't look bad. But if you're stuck in 1 to 15-minute candles, you might be at loss. Plus, I'm not really interested in, making small percentage gains. I'm more interested in making larger gains, such as, let's just say, 7, 8, whatever percent underneath the previous base. So on coins like BTC, like I said, I like to trade on 4 hour charts. Okay, it's just more profit for me and less footwork, because I can buy somewhere over here underneath the base. If I hold it long enough, I'm going to make 40-50%, Same thing over here. If I buy underneath the base, because this dip took almost a week, and this took from February 6th all the way to March 5th. Okay, so this was also a month rise. But in that month, I still managed to make over, 75-80% profits on Bitcoin. Okay, because all I did instead of trading, all I did was buy once or twice over here, and then I sold in these sections. Anywhere in the section is safe to sell. Okay? So, for me to really make money on Bitcoin, you got to realize, because like I said, the way QFL works is the lower it goes, the more we buy. Okay? So if, let's just say, the coin dips 5-10% below the base, this would be my first nibble somewhere over here. And if I was slow enough and after, 2 days or whatever, I didn't sell up on top over here, what's my next move? This thing decided to go lower. My next move would be to buy whatever 5%, 10% lower from where I previously bought. But the second buy is going to be double the amount of money of my first buy. Okay, so if over here I put $100, right, and this buy would be $200, and the reason why we do it is, besides trading in a very safe location underneath the base in a panic, right, this also gives us the opportunity, by doubling up on our money, to compensate for the loss over here in case this thing never bounced all the way up to there, right? And then it continued on the way down. So the safest trade would be the bounce, the first bounce basically, to the previous support. So even if you traded, not like I do because I'm a really slow trader, okay? Even if you traded strictly by quick fingers method, which would be buy underneath the base, layer, right? And then sell on the first bounce. You can either sell over here underneath this base, or you can sell over here underneath this base. Miss out on this whole opportunity, which is fine. But this would still be the safest trade because you played this bounce and you still made money. And if you decided to buy somewhere over here, like I said, these larger orders, lower, right? They will allow you to compensate for the loss over here, even if you sold right here. Okay, this will allow you to compensate for this, because the amount of money you're losing on this trade, on your first trade, because it's your smallest trade, right? The amount of money you're losing over here is insignificant compared to the amount of money you're gaining over here. Because, for example, if you're losing 30% on $100, which is $30, but by the time you get here, you're in for $100 and you made 40%, this is a much larger gain, money-wise, than this one as a loss. You understand? So, you don't even check fiat price anymore? Fully account building? That's good. How am I getting alerts on base cracks? There's a great... 1 second, just cold. Oh, QFT. There's a great website, and although it does work for Bittrex only, you can go over here and you can get alerts, free alerts on your Telegram group, where you can get Bittrex alerts, either 5% drop underneath the previous base, because this thing automatically calculates bases for you, okay? Calculates the support, and if it drops 10-15% or whatever, 5-10% underneath the base, it will alert you in your Telegram, okay? So I'm linking it for you. You can sign up to it. It's a very useful tool. And honestly, if you think about it, when stuff tanks, and by stuff I mean Bitcoin, it drags a lot of coin with it, okay? So usually it's the general consensus of the overall downtrend or uptrend, okay? Yes, guys, if you're just starting to stream, to watch, make sure you enter the raffle. It's open right now. All you have to do is type in !raffle. Do I use CoinG to trade? Unfortunately not, and I'm kind of happy I don't. But because CoinG doesn't connect to a lot of exchanges. Okay, so I'm still using it just for the charts, basically. All I need CoinG for is, well, to show you guys what I'm doing, and um, and to look at the charts. Okay, so because I trade on GDAX, I have to trade on GDAX at this point because, yeah, I'm old school. Because it's just easier for me to get in with the money that I'm trading right now. No problem, guys. Please, if you win giveaway, somebody won last time and hasn't contacted me yet, and I feel really bad because I really want to give that money to that person, and I have no clue where he is. Okay, so if you win, make sure to message me on Twitch right away and let me know where you want me to send the money. Okay, otherwise I won't be able to do it. It's not like you automatically receive it. I have to actually transfer the money to you. So what I've been seeing on GDAX, okay, and a lot of times I might, well, 90, well, like I would just say 80% of the time, I know when this thing is going to tank because on GDAX, because this is where a lot of orders come in and out, right? You could see that although these guys are trying to push through these orders right here, these are the sell orders, the sellers are creating a huge resistance. So by the time the buyers are done chewing through this, see, by the time the buyers are done chewing through the 10 BTC order on GDAX, what happens the next time is somebody else comes in and puts, 50, 60 BTC sell wall. And that creates an issue for the buyers because, they're buying, but this wall is not moving from this particular price. And then at some point, these guys give up and they're like, you know what, screw you. I'm done. And this is when the coin tanks. So I've seen it going on pretty much throughout this whole section yesterday. This is where there was a lot of struggle from the buyer's side to try and eat through these walls, okay? But the sellers keep pushing the price of the coin down. And at this point, the sellers are winning, basically. So yes, we are in a downtrend. And this is basically the extent of my technical analysis, okay? I go by the order book, and because everything that you see on the chart essentially is just a reflection of what's in the order book, right? So we do have a large support at 8K, all right? And I was really hoping yesterday when this thing was tanking, it went down to here, and this is where I went long for a little bit. I really was hoping that it would actually hit 8K at some point. But from what I've seen over here, we did have another 115 or 150 BTC order sitting. So I think it only dipped to like, I don't know, 8,100, I think, or something, because the order was sitting over here. So you can pretty much see the general, not the general, but where it's going to bounce off if you pay attention to that. So all right. So as far as what was I talking about? Oh yeah. As far as BTC trading right now, I'm not interested in getting into this, okay? Because first of all, I still have some money left from where I bought over here. And secondly, in order for me to really get into this coin, it really needs to have a very strong drop. So if we're going to dip down to, like, just say 6,500, and it's a 20% drop from the current base, this is when I come in and, I start buying. But like I said, guys, in order for me to really play with a lot of money, right, because of the whole layering thing, the little tiny 1 to 5% drops are not really interesting to me. And Although we did have a bounce over here and I did play it, I didn't play with a lot of money. So going back to the whole, can I trade on, 1 to 15-minute candles? Absolutely, I can. But you're putting yourself in danger if you're trading on 1 to 5-minute candles with 100% of your trading stack, because you're going to be playing over here on all of these, teeny tiny bounces with your whole trading stack, and then this thing decides to dip. All of your trades, all of these successful 1-2% trades are going to be wiped away, okay, by this huge dump. And if this thing decides to go even lower, you're going to be stuck in here with the rest of your money. And what are you going to do? Sell at loss? So to me, it's not worth it. And like I said, another reason why I don't do it is because in order for me to really play with a lot of money, this thing really needs to dip, okay? And I'm not talking about a tiny 5% dip. I'm talking about a nice, this was a huge sell-off. This was a huge sell-off. This was a huge sell-off. So in order for me to play this stuff, it really needs to have a large dip. Hi, Fuji-san. How are you? Yeah, Mr. Crypto, absolutely. So, like I was talking about mod, I'm trading mod on KuCoin right now. And this coin has been, oh, yeah, okay, this is me. One second. And this is me, let me go in 1 hour candles. It's been a wonderful coin for me to trade. The order book is very thin. The whips are crazy. So I can easily make, like yesterday over here, I've layered, I think I still have a few orders over here as well. I've made close to 20% in a few hours, okay? And I'm trading this thing right here as well, okay? Yes, BB, 1 second. I'll look at it. And stop trolling me, you didn't win. How can I read it while it's running crazy? Because trust me, these huge orders are sitting there for a while. They don't change that often. It's fine. You just keep an eye on this side of the screen. This is where the order book is. So right now I see that there's a nice support at 8100. This is where you see a lot of big orders. And then there's this has decreased a little bit, but the 304 BTC order at 8K means, a very strong floor basically for me. So these guys are going to have a hard time selling to these guys over here. So a lot of times, if these people manage to actually sell through this, right, they're going to be stuck over here for a while. And normally what happens once this gets filled, the coin bounces back up. But like I said, the bounce happens only if there's a strong drop, okay? See, it didn't happen over here. I mean, there was a really tiny bounce over here, but this one was more prominent because a lot more stuff went in here than it did over here. I'm also looking at the volume as well, okay? Do you think BTC will go even lower? Should I sell my BTC for USD? Honestly, I was leveraging yesterday, and while I was leveraging, I came to a conclusion, and obviously it's my own, it's my own theory, I guess. I do believe that because these guys are keeping this coin in a very specific channel, okay? And these are the people, whoever has all of this money to play with, they're the ones manipulating the BTC prices. So what I'm thinking is, as far as BTC is concerned, is that it's going to continue to go, where is it? Let me go in one day. What I'm thinking is that it's going to continue to go in a very particular channel, until these guys decide whether or not to bring it up or down. Okay, and this is pretty much what it's been doing. Because if you really think about it, uh, the oh yeah, let me see. Come on. Yeah, okay, my CoinG froze. 1 second. Did I play OC and BTC? No, I didn't. I'm not really I haven't been trading a lot lately, guys. I've been so busy with real life stuff that it's hard for me to pay attention to everything else. So over here, okay, I'm on the 4-hour chart again. We did have crazy ups and downs, okay? These drops were insane. The volume was pretty crazy, right? A lot of people bought and then decided to sell. And same thing over here. But if you, starting here, I guess, right here, it's not that the volume died down, but there's just not enough interest from the buyers to come in and pump this coin up, okay? What I'm seeing right now is just a general downtrend, loss of interest in crypto, I guess, market overall. And to bring this coin down this much, it really doesn't take a lot of money, okay? It's basically somebody who is fat fingering or selling down the order book and dropping this coin, let's just say, 5-10%. And that happens very quickly and very easily. So what I expect to see in the future is a lot of these ups and downs like these, okay? Because the market is highly, highly manipulated thanks to leveraging, okay? And I was talking to some of my whale friends, and yes, I do have whale friends, like the ones who have thousands and thousands of BTC. And they were the ones telling me that they're just basically, well, not them, but people are just basically messing with BitMEX. Okay, and longs and shorts. So the only way I'm going to get into BTC, I'm still going to stick to my old scenario. I'm still going to wait for it to tank underneath the strong support base. And then, if it bounces, I'm going to play that bounce. Because for me, to sit there and, okay, Steel, I hope you win too. In order for me to really make money, it needs to be a nice dip, okay? Because think about it. Even if this thing dipped underneath this base, yes, it took almost a month, but, well, actually more than a month, right? But it still went back up to where it came from, okay? Will I retire when I have 1K BTC? I might continue. Okay? So, this is basically what I'm thinking. It's just going to happen for a while. Whether it happens lower or higher, we're going to have, less of this and more of this. Okay? So. What was the last base crack trade you played? Can you review it? Absolutely. I'm going to go over some of my trades. I'm still stuck in some of them, and I'm not worried about it, okay? And this is the beauty of QFL and me being a lazy trader, because lazy trading makes me a lot of money. So hold on a second. Let me open my... What do I have right now? Let me see. Okay, I bought ARK. ARK was my really good trade on Binance. I think I traded Ethereum, yes. Hello? Wake up. Okay. This was my beautiful trade on ARK. I'm super excited about it. I was super excited about it because looking at the previous history of the coin, every drop had a very nice bounce, okay? This is the coin that I was actually trading for a while. Every drop had a bounce. Even if you messed up here and you've decided to buy underneath this base, you could have easily doubled somewhere in this section Remember, I'm in the 4-hour chart, right? You could have still made this money. You could have still made up for this loss by trading this. Okay, all you have to do is give the coin a chance to figure out what the hell it wants to do, guys. A lot of you are very impatient, and I want to stress it again that if it's not up to what you want, okay, it's not up to you to decide what the coin is going to do. The coin is still going to do what it's going to do. All you can do is get yourself into a trade in a safe spot and let this coin decide what the hell it wants to do. Yeah, you want to win now. I know you do. You're the most impatient trader I know, BB. I swear. Okay, so based on this previous history of the coin, right, where it had crazy ups and downs, right, because each one of these guys, and this is a 4-hour chart, right, each one of these guys had a very nice bounce, okay? This coin is heavily ran by bots, and bots like to make money. So Ethereum pairs on Binance are great, okay? This coin has crazy whippiness. So basically I was waiting for this thing tanked, okay? It tanked underneath this base. I was playing off this strong base right here. Sorry, I can draw. Okay. So this was my base. And then I started buying over here. So my first buy was somewhere over here. And then I nibbled. I think I did nibble over here as well. Sold on this bounce. I sold this, whatever, 10% bounce on this trade. Let me see. I'm trying to go down the history of the coin. Okay, so somewhere over here, and then over here and over here, I think. And then this one I played, so I sold my lowest trade up over here on this bounce, like in this section, right? And these two I held. And then when this thing went lower, I didn't double because to me this wasn't a significant drop, but I put I think like half of basically I put like times and a half more of what I bought in with here over here, okay? And I honestly didn't expect this rise. I didn't expect the spike, but I was ready to trade it, and I think by the time it's gotten to the top, I've managed to sell somewhere over here. I didn't catch it all the way on top, and I didn't have my orders layered basically. So it did sell, but because I didn't catch the very peak of it, I ended up selling somewhere in this section, which still brought me a decent amount of money because canceling this trade out because I sold on this bounce, right? These two guys and this one right here brought me a very decent percentage. So, and that's it. That's all I'm trading. I can get in right now if I want to, okay? Because essentially we did go underneath this base, but we already had a bounce. But I'm waiting for it to go a little bit lower, and hopefully it does. And this way, you know, I can continue to trade. But this is a beautiful coin to trade. Let me go on 1-hour chart. If you're interested in position trading with larger sum, okay, if you're not account building, although you can still use this for account building as well. This coin, ARC Ethereum pair, is amazing. Even if you don't have Ethereum, I think you can do the same thing on BTC. Although the whips are less prominent than they are on the Ethereum pair. Come on, Quincy, wake up. All right, so this is something that I highly recommend. This coin has decent amount of volume in it. It's not like you're gonna come in with, you know, 20 bucks and pump it. So a lot more people can absolutely trade this, and I've been making a lot of money off of it. So all you have to do is just pretty much buy low, you know, and sell high. All right. Okay, so this was one trade. My next trade is QTM. QTM. I love QTM. I think it was the USD pair. Yeah. I'm really sorry, guys. My CoinG is acting out. Okay, so yeah, on Qtum, this was the drop. That was amazing. And I bought here somewhere. Okay, so this was my base, right? This was a very strong support base for me. I could have played off this one, but to me, because of this very weak bounce, this wasn't really prominent. So I was still considering these two bases when I was trading. And I think I did buy somewhere in this section right here. So to me, this brought, let me see, 16%, a little bit more, like 17%. So this was the trade. And you see how easy it is? Hi, slow finger Frank. Your name. Oh my god. Okay, so this was one of the easiest trades because all you have to do, Qtum is a very popular coin. It's a USDT pair. Those things are pretty good at bouncing back up. All I had to do was buy the dip, which went underneath the previous base. This was an easy way to figure it out, right? It wasn't like over here, over here, over here, where the bases are weaker. All I had to do was just buy. And all I done was, let me see how much the drop was. So this was the base, and I bought it 13% underneath it. Okay, so 13% underneath the base allows me to play with a lot more money. How did Qtum wreck you? Lots. What happened? Did I get alerted on the Qtum trade via Telegram? Well, no, because at that point of time, I was watching a lot of coins because if you understand how it works, a lot of coins follow what BTC does. Some of them dip lower and some of them don't, you know, dip at all, because when BTC was tanking, some of these coins just dipped a little bit, you know, because there was just a lot of interest from the buyers. But on this one, the buyers didn't step in until this section right here and then brought it back up. But like I said, these trades are safe because on a high volume coin with lots of interest from the buyers, if it dips this much, you know there's going to be a bounce. So all I had to do was just give it a little bit of time. So this happened on the 11th, right? And I just literally sold like yesterday or the day before or something, right up in here. Okay. It's super easy. You don't really have to do anything. It was just a very good, beautiful trade because look, underneath the base, right? And then we had a 13 and then 15% or whatever drop, right? It went all the way from 18 bucks to 14, which is really decent. And all I had to do was get in and just wait for it to bounce back up, and it did, okay? So this was my other trade. And trust me, I didn't go all in, okay? And this is why it's important for you guys to build up your account first, unless you want to stick to trading one coin and build your account this way as well. Because this allows you to, building up an account allows you to play with much more money, right? And it also allows you to safely trade because even if you decide to buy, I swear I'm going to smash my screen right now. Even if you decide to buy over here, let's just say 15% underneath previous base, you're still going to have enough money. Oh, all right, CoinG, come on. You're still going to have enough money to double up if this thing decides to dip lower over here. And this trade, even if it never bounces back up to where it came from, this trade is going to compensate for your loss from this trade right here. And this is why layering is so important. And the way we layer is, you know, let's just say, what the hell is going on with my CoinG? Jesus. Let's just say we're doing 5%, then, you know, let's just say another 10% down, we're doing 10%, and then another, you know, 10-15% down, we're doing 20%, and then, you know, 40% of, basically you keep doubling up the previous order. In order for you to do this is you need to have enough money in your account. So if you're only trading Your slow coin is mooning, go sell it. Don't forget to sell. Otherwise, if you don't, if you go all in over here, you can absolutely do that, but you're putting yourself into a very risky situation, um, where you just don't have the cushion to cover your butt in case this thing decides to go lower. Give me 1 second, guys. I don't know what the hell is going on with CoinG. I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, sorry, I'm back. I don't know what's going on with CoinG, but this is ridiculous. It does have these lag issues once in a while, but that's fine. It's not perfect, but this is something I have to work with. Okay, so Qtum was just an absolutely beautiful trade. I didn't have to even do anything. I'm so used to trading this way, guys. At this point, at this point, I'm like, yeah, I don't even have to sit there and watch it. So all I've done was bought, walked away, and then in like a few days I sold, basically. That was pretty easy. Okay, my next trade was, I think, AST. Okay, AST was a little bit more complicated. I think I was playing on BTC pair. No, an Ethereum pair, because there was a more prominent dip. Alright, if CoinG is gonna continue to do this, I'm gonna smash somebody. Okay. So this was a little bit more complex trade, and this is why it's very important to layer, okay? So when this thing started to tank, I'm like, this is great. Sorry. Thank you for following. This is base, right? So we dipped, let's just say, it was like a, I think 10% drop underneath the base. I bought right here, okay? And then this thing never bounced back up and continued. See, the bounce was very weak. What that shows to me is that there's not enough interest from the buyers, right? But what this allowed me to do, this allowed me to buy lower. And I bought another, let me see. All right, so I bought somewhere, I think I bought 15% underneath the base, which was somewhere over here. Yep. Okay, so this, I'm so sorry. Let me draw this again. So 10% and then another 15% underneath the previous base was my second buy, and this is where I doubled, okay? Yeah, I'm averaging down, exactly, okay? S&M, BTC, Binance, would you nibble right now? I'll check it out in a second, okay? So this was my second buy, and I doubled here. And I did play this bounce, made 12% on it, almost 13, a little bit higher, 6, it was 6 or 7, I think. Yeah, 6 or 7. So made 13% on that. This did cover my loss from this particular trade. So I didn't get in, I mean, I didn't this one wasn't successful, but this one covered my loss, and I also made a little bit more money on this one. Okay, and then I also went in and I think I nibbled somewhere in this section right here. I didn't sell this bounce, and I'm still waiting for it to figure out where it wants to go. Okay, I'm not too worried about this coin because based on the previous trading history, it does have a tendency to come back, although it might take a while. So I'm just taking this opportunity to buy a bunch of cheap AST coins. Okay. Trade Dash has much less lag than CoinG and supports Binance. This has ladder orders. They're working on that along the way. I'm just so used to CoinG. I normally don't have any problems. I think I have a game running in the background. That might be an issue. 1 second. Yeah. All right. Okay. So this was not as successful as just say Qtum or ARK, because ARK had a very nice bounce. But I still, because I'm a careful trader and I'm layering, this still allowed me to get out of this mess safely. Okay, 1 second. What am I looking at? SNM. SNM. Binance. Okay. Let me close up GDAX. Would I buy right now? Yeah, I probably would. Let me see. So let's just consider this a base and this a base, right? So let's see. We went down 8% underneath this support. I would probably nibble somewhere in this section. And then also, if you decide to nibble, okay, you're not going in with 100% of your investment. I would put maybe 5 to 10% of your stack, okay? Let me see. And then this would be my next base, and then this would be my next base, okay? So see how low we can go on this one, and then I would continue to nibble, because there is going to be a bounce at some point at this rate, at the rate that this thing is tanking. Okay, this is a perfect panic that we need to be able to trade. So these would be my bases to consider. Okay, so see how low this goes. Somebody's putting a lot more money in it. Let me see what's going on the order book. Yeah, I would probably definitely nibble somewhere in this section. Okay. Yeah, it's bouncing a bit already. Yeah, that's fine. And if you take this base into consideration, then we bounced. I mean, we dropped 12% underneath it. Okay. It might go up and down, but yeah, I would definitely nibble. BTC is moving 1%. Okay, what's going on with BTC? BTC. How is it? But how is it moving? Is it going up? I mean, what happened with BTC? How would you decide between SNM, BTC, and SNM Ethereum? Let me see. It's up to you, honestly. I personally like Ethereum pairs on. I'm sorry, I don't do 5 minutes. I'm not a 5-minute chart trader, okay? You're talking to a wrong person for that. I don't like I said, in order for me to make a lot of money on BTC, it has to dip at least 10 to 15% in order for me to buy, okay? So on 5 minutes, because it dips 1% down or goes 1% up, it's not gonna make my life any worse or better, okay? I'm gonna play BTC the same way I play every other coin, and I'm gonna treat it the same exact way. But I would have to treat it, you know, a little bit uh, special because it's a slow-moving giant. So when these guys can tank, 20% in 5 minutes, that's one thing. 100 times and 1% huge problem. If these little guys can tank much quicker in an hour, and drop 20%, it takes a lot more for BTC to drop 20%. Okay, it takes days. So let me go back to BTC. Do this one. I'm telling you, when I position trade, I don't do more than times 50, okay? Because it's just very dangerous. And the only way I'll do times 50 is if I know that this thing is tanking like crazy and that's underneath previous support, wherever it is, and I see that there are orders coming in and people are saying, oh my god, I'm buying all this cheaper BTC than it was before. And then, this is the spot where I would go times 50, okay? And then I would probably close somewhere over here. And let me see. Even here, I didn't even trade times 50. I went like times 10, I think. Okay. How much money BTC do you put in account building trade? 5% of your stack. Also, how many BTC do you need to have to stop account building and start position trading? Whatever you're comfortable with. Okay. I personally put, depending on the account building coin. So like mod is my account building coin, and I still do account building trades because they're really easy way to make money. And trust me, $200 here, $300 there, it all adds up. Where is it? I'm on BTC. Give me 1 second. Oh yeah, sorry, I do vape. It's mango, okay? So, like I said, for account building, look at the size of these orders. They're pretty small comparatively, right? The highest order is 0.08 right here, okay? So I'm not going to go in there with 0.5 BTC and expect to, stuff this order book with this much volume. These guys are going to have a lot of problems selling to my into my orders. So what you need to do when you do account building, okay, you need to blend in order size and volume wise into the order book over here. So don't come in with 2 BTC expecting to make 2 BTC profit on top of that. All you have to do is see what the average order is and try to layer in. The problem is with account building coins is the lower the volume is, the more profit you get, okay? And when I do account building, I normally ignore this, okay? This does not scare me because this has been going on for months and this thing still has these crazy whips, okay? Ups and downs. So what I'm looking for when I do account building, there are 3 things that I look at, okay? I'm looking for the whippiness, right? So this creates a very good opportunity for me to make good money, right? Like I did over here, I traded this one. And then the next thing I'm looking for is the order book. And the thinner the order book, the better. And by thin order book, I mean there's a space between not only the buy and the sell order, not the initial guys, but also the thin order book down the buy side and the sell side. Because, like I was explaining earlier, when you draw these orders out on the chart, the thin order book will have large gaps between the orders, okay? And same thing will go on the sell side. You're going to have large gaps between these orders. And because the volume is so low, by the time these guys decide to sell and these guys decide to buy, this is what creates these spikes. This is what creates the sweepy effect. And I really suck at drawing. Okay? So by the time these guys want to buy, I don't know, 2 Ethereum or whatever, not even decide to buy because BTC is going up, you know, and this coin's general direction is going to go up. This is going to create this sweepy pattern. And what you have to do is layer yourself in with the smaller amounts somewhere among these orders, okay? So by the time these guys decide to go up, you're not sitting over here with 5 BTC sell order, right? Because what happens is all of these guys who are going to try and push the coin up because of whatever reason, right? They're going to get stuck at this price level. If you're putting 5 BTC order over here, it's going to create a huge resistance, right? And instead of the coin going up 20%, it's only going to go up whatever, 3% because it's going to get stuck at this place. Your order is still going to get filled, but you're not going to have the whippy effect anymore. And same thing goes on the sell side as well. On the buy side. If you're going to come in and if you're going to put 2 BTC order right here, when these guys sell, they will sell into your order, but the coin is going to get stuck over here. So the thicker the order book is, the less whippiness we get, okay? Because the same coin on Binance with higher volume, please don't get stuck. Although, yes, it does have the same pattern as this one does, right, on KuCoin, but it has less whippy effect, okay? Layering in gaps is number 3. Well, yeah, I mean, when you trade a coin, you got to look at the overall picture. You're like, does this look? Come on, CoinG, stupid thing. Ugh. You gotta look at this stuff, okay? You're like, is it whippy enough? What are the percentages? Awesome. Next thing, how does the order book look? Okay, looks pretty thin. Next thing, okay, what do I have on the volume? All right, it looks pretty weak over here. Great. Let me get in. Okay, so 3 things. You were gonna buy into that channel, but though it looked like a bearish flag, got scared. Do you look for chart patterns like flags? Absolutely not. Okay. What did Luke say? Luke said one of the most amazing things. By doing TA, you're creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay? You're conditioning yourself by saying, you know what? Out of everything that I see here, I don't know what the bear. Can somebody tell me what the bear flag looks like? Oh, hold on. I don't even know what the bear flag is. Okay, what's a bear flag? Okay, a bear flag. Okay, so I'm gonna say that this is gonna be, god damn it, this is gonna be a bear flag. Okay, and I'm gonna expect this thing to go even lower and lower and lower. Is that necessarily true? Probably not. Okay, you're conditioning yourself because you're trying to predict something. The QFL has nothing to do with predicting, okay? It's all about reacting to the current situation. and what the coin is trying to tell you. I don't draw any patterns. I don't do any kind of TA analysis. I don't use indicators. I don't use RSI because I was talking to a very interesting person who does TA only, okay? And I'm not saying his stuff doesn't work, okay? But we were talking about RSI, and then he asked me, why did you buy over here? And I said, well, because I looked at the volume, we were accumulating, and we dipped below the base, and this was going to go up, okay? And he's like, yeah, but the RSI was showing, I forgot what it was. There's like this RSI thing, right? And then when it goes up on top, this is where you're supposed to sell. So it was sitting up on top. But the thing is, when this was showing sell, this coin actually bounced back up. And the reason why I decided to go long, because we were talking about BitMEX and whatnot, is because I looked at the volume, I looked at everything else, and I'm like, you know what, we're underneath the base. Yes, it's going to continue to go up. Because although people were trying to sell off, the buyer said, no way, you know? Yeah, overbought. So RSI confuses you, okay? And guys, like, I seriously need to, hold on a second. Where is it? I need to give you this video. Okay? It's a funny video. It literally takes like 20, 30 minutes to watch. But it's one of the most educating videos out there. Educational. Okay? This is the guy whose trading method I follow. His name is Quick Fingers Luke. And this video is amazing when it comes to discussing indicators and why he doesn't use them. Okay? Please take that time and watch it. It's just going to give you a bigger picture, because the last 15 minutes he does send a very, very interesting message. He basically says that none of this stuff really matters because the house always wins. Okay, yes, Luke rocks. Because the house always wins, because whoever is manipulating this market, right, and makes it go up and down, they have much more money than all of us combined. Okay, so you're going to get stuck in your indicators and patterns and everything else. And trust me, I'm not shitting on it. I'm just trying to make you understand that you're creating a condition for yourself and you expect something. And as soon as you start expecting, this is when you make a mistake. You got to be open to any kind of possibility. Okay. What do I think about inflation? I don't think about it. Anyway, so what you have to do is have an open mind and be prepared for any kind of situation. Okay, this is why there's no reason for me to set stop losses. There's no reason for me to do, TA. I can trade, make money, get out of trades safely. A lot of times, with profit. Actually, 90% of the times I am in profit. I don't have to use TA to sell. Absolutely not. I don't have to use TA to sell, because look at this. So, come on. All right. I don't have to use TA to sell here. Okay, I don't have to use TA to buy here. You know where I bought? All the way throughout here, and we're on 1 day chart. Yeah, this was one of my longest trades. It took me almost 2 months. But the last time I bought was somewhere over here. And I would have bought lower if I had to. Trust me. And all I've done was give the coin enough time to go and make me a lot of money. Okay? Look at this percentage gain. That's insane. All I had to do was sell everywhere over here. I would have sold. Sell in portions. Whatever coins you have that you bought over here, sell them in layers. Sell them the same way as you would buy them. 20% here, 20% here, 20% here, 20% here, 20% here, or whatever stack you have left. I still have coins. Trust me, I still have coins. And if I sell them right now, I'm still going to be in profit. I'm not worried about it. But I don't need to use TA. I use Joule. Joule is my little vape thing. Okay. So even if I sell right now, I'm still going to be in profit. Trust me. Okay. You think TA still best works when selling? If it works for you, then absolutely. I do not use TA. I don't need to use TA. It just creates unnecessary waste of energy for me because if I can make money without technical analysis, why do I need to use it? Like I said, OHLW, the more the merrier, okay? I wouldn't go into position trading with a few $100s, okay? I would probably go with at least, you know, 800 to 1,000, okay? Because like I said, the more um, the more money you have, the more you can invest in a coin. And also another thing is, guys, like I have to warn you. I decided to trade way too many coins in the last few days, and it becomes overwhelming. So on Binance right now, I have close to 15 coins that I'm still holding, and it creates an issue because if the coin pumps, I have to go down the list and try to figure out which one it is. Okay, if you're position trading, please don't spread yourself too thin, because the problem is for a lot of people is, let's just say you have $1,000, right? And so many coins are dipping, and you're like, I'm gonna buy all of them, right? I'm gonna get into all of them. Let's ignore this for a second. I'm gonna buy all of them, and I'm gonna start buying. So you buy under the base over here, and then there's another coin that comes in. You're gonna buy under the base over there too, and by the end of the day, out of the $800 that you had, you're already $600 in all of these coins, and then they all dip lower. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know, because if you're trading and you only have so much money to play with, and you have 6 different coins that you're in right now with 80% of your money, this thing decides to dip lower. What are you gonna do? Sell at loss? You know, you can't really do that. So if realize, you know, you got to ask yourself, how much do you have to play with, how much you can invest, and how much you're going to have left in your trading stack to invest lower and buy lower in case this thing dips even more. Okay. The best thing about account building is that you don't need to keep looking at the chart every 5 minutes. Absolutely. For account building, yeah, I prefer KuCoin right now. It's the bots are not as toxic, I guess, as they are and like BTC and Cryptopia. But Cryptopia is also really good. Just be careful with Cryptopia because a lot of people have been reporting that they've been, you know, locked out or scammed, or their money gotten stolen. So use as much protection as you can. Thank you, CryptoCat. It is simple. It is not stressful unless you go full retard like I do and get into 15 coins and then try to juggle them. Is there a KuCoin market scanner? I don't think so, OH. I don't think so. But all I have to do is just go down the list of the coins, like on CoinG, you know, and pick the coins that I want to trade. If CoinG allows me to actually do something. Do I use scanners for base cracks? No, not really. Guys, it's fine. You can absolutely use scanners, but I'm telling you, when I trade in such a simple manner. I don't pay attention to scanners. I do have a scanner, and it messages me on my phone, and it lets me know that this coin is whatever percent below the base. I do take it into consideration, but I'm not sitting there being dependent on it. So normally when a lot of coins tank, this is the time to get in. I just pick the coin that I want to trade because, like I said, some coins tank more, other coins tank less, but they all follow BTC movement generally. So, yes, Mr. Unicorn, this is exactly what I was explaining, that um, keep in mind, you're better off trading one coin instead of 20, but you're going to have plenty of money, and this is for position trading, and you're going to have enough money to cover your butt in case this thing decides to tank, okay? It's not about what you want the coin to do. It's about the coin doing its own thing. And some of the trades, yes, they take a while, but I'm okay willing to wait for it. Yes, some of my trades, like on the EOS, it took like 2 months for me to get out of it. But I got out of it with 200% profit. So, yeah, 1 second, I'll share it right now. Okay. So take it slow. Don't wait. I need to invite people. Copy. Okay, here. This is the Quick Fingers Look Discord. There's tons of information there. You can go in. You can find all of these scanners there. There's a lot of resources. Of a Baseline Security, he's the guy who runs Discord. He's the one that put everything together, and he done an amazing job. Okay. Why did I wait so long on EOS chart? Why did you buy where you bought? Oh, Chuksu, hi. I bought because it was cheap. It was in a way tanking, I guess, because it did break the base, although it broke the base in a very untraditional, slow bleeding pattern. I also went to buy EOS because I personally like the project. And I also know that there's a mainnet coming out, or was going to come out at some point. And I think this is why it basically pumped. Okay. So, did I expect it to pump to 100%? Absolutely not. But I took my time, and then I took my gains. You want a rapid price pops channel on the Discord similar to the rapid price drops so we can catch the pullback ups. Oh, yeah. Guys, I don't trade pullbacks. I hate pullbacks. So yeah, so all I have to do, like when I decide to pick a coin for whether it's account building or position trading, all I have to do is look at, go down the list. Sometimes I go down the list of my favorites and just see what the coins are doing, basically. For account building, of course, I look at the weekly pattern and I look at the order book, okay, and see if the order book is thin enough. Look at this one. Damn. Well, it's gonna take forever, but 45, 45, 42, 20, and then 19, and then 12. Holy shit, this is pretty thin. Can you explain how people who pump the market make profit? Yeah. You're talking about, well, I mean, if you pump the market, you're automatically in profit. Because they have much more money than we do. Because look. For example, this coin tanked, right? And let's say I'm a whale. So what I'm doing is I'm buying all the way here. And then I take another bag of whatever coins I have, right? And then I pump this thing. And when I pump it, this money, these coins that I bought over here are automatically in profit, okay? If the bots are putting large sell walls below your sell, what do you do at that point? If the bots are putting large sell walls below your sell, what? Oh, just keep it. Don't move it. Don't try to fight the bots. You're never gonna win. You know that. Yeah. Do you understand that you gotta give a little push to the market, okay? So for BTC, when this thing decides to pump, the initial pump is created by the manipulators. And the rest of the stuff is being picked up by the little guys. And then when the little guys say, "Oh my God, I have to buy over here and over here because I'm FOMOing and I'm afraid to miss out," this is when the manipulators come in and drop this thing. Okay, so watch the video that I linked, the "Why I Don't Use Indicators" one. Luke explains how the market is manipulated very well in the last 15-20 minutes of that video. It's literally golden information. You thank me later for it, okay? Just remember the house always wins. So you don't want to be that little guy stuck buying somewhere over here. You want to be the person buying where the manipulators are buying. What do you mean, how does the profit offset the amount? Chuksa. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I can tell you I tried pumping a coin once. It's horrible. I mean, I did pump it by accident. I didn't do it on purpose, okay? Because I've literally fat fingered and I market bought. So I didn't end up getting stuck in there, but what I've seen was that the basically, like, let's say I was buying somewhere over here and I started to market buy. So when I market bought, what happened is, I don't know if it's the bots that got triggered, or people started coming in, but this thing continued to pump for a while. That was so funny. I mean, not this particular coin, it was a different coin. But so I market bought, and then people started, to try and chase the pump, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? Why is this coin pumping? It was insane. Yes, they accumulate and then they pump. So accumulation happens like over here. You see how there was a lot of volume coming in, right? This was an accumulation point. And then trust me, they're the people who are willing to sit there and wait as long as they have to, okay? They might drop the coin lower, and then 2-3 weeks later, they're gonna bring it back up, okay? So, like I said, it's not about what you want. It's about riding the wave. And the only way to get into it is when you get in when everybody else is selling, okay? Because this is the safest spot for you to come in and buy. Because automatically, no matter what happens next, you're covered, you're safe, you're good. You didn't buy over here, okay? You're not gonna buy over here because you're waiting for a confirmation of a breakout, whatever that means, You're not buying over here. You bought at the bottom where everybody else was selling and didn't expect it to go up. And if this thing decides to go lower underneath this base, you're going to double your amount of money and buy more. But you have to give the coin the time to get to that point, okay? So position trading is not about wanting for the coin to do something. It's about positioning yourself in the trade and then letting the coin decide what it wants to do. Like I'm doing with, god damn it, like I'm doing AST right now, okay? With AST, all I'm doing is waiting for CoinG to load. Come on. Was it AST? Yeah, AST. All I'm doing is waiting for, so let's just say I bought over here, right? Was it playing? I was playing on Ethereum. Okay. So, I bought over here and I'm going to hold it as long as I have to. When, I'm only going to sell when this is a profit. And if this thing decides to not ever get to the point where I bought this from, if this thing, fucking hell, sorry. If this thing decides to go lower and there's going to be a panic in the future at some point, yeah, I'm going to trade this panic and I'm going to trade it with more money, compensate for my loss over here. This is what position trading is about. You're positioning yourself somewhere in the section, right? Or this section, or this section. And all you're doing is waiting for the coin to go up. And if it doesn't go up, then you buy more and you buy lower. It's not that hard, because if you look at history of any coin, yes, although it takes a while, sometimes it takes days, you know. Let's see. Sometimes it takes days for it to go up and down and bounce and bounce. Even if you would have bought over here, you know, even if you would have bought over here, you could have doubled over here and then doubled this amount over here, and you still would have been in amazing profits. And this loss would have been covered by these two trades, okay? You have you have sorry, you have triggered fat fingers a couple of times earlier. MGA Ethereum pair. Often hand fat fingers down when fat finger came up first, so I bought just enough to fill most. Yeah, be careful. But isn't averaging down on a losing position is one of the biggest cause of the bigger losses? No, because what did I tell you? The lower it goes, the more money you're putting in. So your buys should look like this. God damn it, sorry. Your buys should look like this. Where the lower it goes, the more money you're putting in. Okay? So your first buy is only going to be a nibble. It's always a nibble. Okay? And this is why it's important to have to do account building first if you're not playing with a lot. Because if you're trading this, right, and you have $1,000 to your name, you think you can really put, you know, 500 bucks over here as a nibble? Absolutely not. You have to also decide how low this thing is going to go. This is why we look at the previous bases. Okay, this base got cracked too a little bit. Okay, so when you're buying here, you're not allowing yourself to if you're buying with a lot, you're creating a very dangerous situation where you are not going to have any more money to buy lower if it dips. Okay, but it does work. I'm telling you guys, that's the only way I trade. I don't have to do anything else. I don't have to sit there and you know, calculate where and how and when it's going to go up. You know, all you have to do is just wait, give the coin a chance to go up at some point. Do you know that I'm not assuming that it will go up? Because I look at the market from a different perspective. To me, it's not just the chart, okay? To me, it's an argument between the buyers and the sellers, okay? So, assuming is not the right word for it, because I know if the coin is going down in a straight panic, who do you think people are selling to? Do you honestly think they're selling to nobody? They're selling into somebody else's hands. And buyers, when they scoop up all of these sell orders, right? When people just didn't expect this coin to go this low, they didn't expect this coin to drop so much because they were like, wow, you know, we do expect this coin to go higher and higher. And when they bought over here for whatever reason, right? And they're at 30% loss already, they don't want to lose anymore. This is, I love people who buy over here. I want 99% of the people out there to use technical analysis to predict, to buy in the wrong spot. You know why? Because I make money off of them. I'm the one who buys all of your losses. I'm the one who buys all of your sells when you're selling at loss. Trust me. And I don't want people to be smart in this market. I want people to continue to sit there and predict and expect and do this and this and this. Because this is what makes me money. This is what makes me money. Not this. This is just like a cherry on top. But in order for me to get in, I need to get in when everybody else is selling at loss and panic. You understand? So, you can argue with me all you want. I'm okay with it. But I'm still going to stick to what I'm doing because I've been doing it for, what, 7, 8 months? 9 months almost. And I'm in a lot of profit. So, yeah. Let them sell, let them panic. Guys, you those who follow QFL, you know we're a small group of people. And everybody is always complaining about, oh, you guys don't know how to trade. How can you not use TA? How can you not do this? How can you not do that? At the end of the day, we're the ones, laughing and counting our gains. So it's fine. It's fine, guys. If you want to follow TA, like I said, it's your personal choice. Like trading, how how, how does how does it go? TA is 100%. Wait, 50% of the time, TA is 100% right. There you go. You got a 7, 8 months track record. That's not really much. Do you want to know how much I made in the past 7, 8 months? You don't want to know. But I didn't start with a lot. And I've made more than a lot of people did. Okay? Thanks to Luke. So, it's fine. I'm not here to argue because I know what works for me. And I'm glad that there are people out there who expressed interest and tried this kind of way of trading. So, um, so thank you guys for following. You made 22% off your entire account on Monday. That's awesome. How are you? Nice to see you. I won't quit until I can buy Russia for an island. I'm kidding. No, it's fine. Um, I'm not. I'm not there to try and. Um, I'm not there to try and uh, argue because it's a waste of my time. If everybody out there is gonna, trade the way we do and make money, then nobody's gonna be panic selling. We don't need that, you know? It's fine. TA supporters and QFL supporters were two different camps. We're just gonna have to learn how to coexist. Okay? It's fine. If it works for some people, then it's absolutely fine. Luke's strategy is another tool like TA, another tool for this trade. Yeah, but the difference between QFL and TA, like I said, is not um, we don't predict, we react. Okay? So we're reactive traders. Okay? Wow, you outdone me, ambivalent, because I only bought Ethereum when it was like what, 750, I think. Sucks. I bet I have more Dodge than you do because I mined all of it. Oh god. Yeah, but I'm not gonna sit there and argue with people because there's absolutely no use for it. I'll let them do what they want to do. Okay? If those of you who decided to follow QFL made money and are profitable and you're performing safe trades and you're growing your trading stack and you're making gains, that's all I care about. So if it works for you guys, it's fine. Yeah, for every winner there's a loser, exactly. So like I said, when I buy into panic, it's somebody else's money that I'm taking. Somebody else is losing in order for me to win. So 95% of my trades are successful. So yeah, I'm out there to get you. So next time you guys sell at a loss for whatever reason, know that there's Koshka out there who's scooping up all of your sell orders. Okay? See, Luke discusses the same thing because crypto is much easier to trade than stocks. And this is when people ask me, Koshka, do you want to ever trade stocks? I say absolutely not. Because there's absolutely no point for me of going into stocks when this market is just so volatile. This market is based on human emotion. This is all about the psychology of the market, okay? People panic like this. It's so easy for people here to panic. You know, a coin drops 50% in 3 hours. That's absolutely normal, but then it bounces back up. You know, that's also normal. In stock market, it's a little bit more controlled environment, and um, especially like with penny stocks and stuff. This is why Luke asks people not to trade penny stocks because it's much more dangerous. But he's really good at that. Uh, this market is the volatility on every one of these coins is amazing. So I'm gonna stick to trading crypto because if you look at any history of any coin, uh, let me see. Give me a coin. I don't know. Walton, WTC, for example. Okay. Uh, this volatility is what makes you money, and all you have to do is layer yourself, position yourself properly in any trade, and get a different software than CoinG. Because any of this will make you money. Any of this, okay? Because anywhere underneath the support base, when there's a dip, you can make money. Even if you're expecting it to go lower, because trust me, when I was trading this, I was expecting for this thing to go lower because you never know where the bottom is. That's the thing. Once you realize that essentially you don't know what's going to happen, as much as you're trying to predict the future, you really don't know what's going to happen. Okay? So if you come in and trade with an open mind and position yourself safely, you know, in anywhere in these sections, even if you didn't sell over here for whatever reason, you can double and triple down over here. This trade will always make you money. You guys got to try it. If you don't try it, I don't know. It's so easy. I'm not afraid to get in, to panic. I'm not afraid to buy. I don't need to use stop losses when I trade. Yes, I'm not going to go in with 90% of my trading stack, okay? But even if I trade with $100 over here, and at the end of the day I waited long enough to make 13% on it, I'm going to make 13 bucks on $100. That's amazing. You know? All right, all right. What's going on in the thing? Ambivalente, that's fine. Uh, I think let's agree to disagree. I don't want to, you know, have this argument for a long time because I have, you know, I want to continue with the stream and stuff. If TA works for you, like I said, guys, if TA works for you, if you're a pro at technical analysis and you know when to get in and you use 150 different indicators and it all comes down to, you know, you buying and selling, or rather selling in profit, that's all that matters, okay? All right, Mr. Law. I'll talk to you later. Good luck, and I'm glad you guys are making money. Actually, yes, thank you so much. I do appreciate you guys messaging me, and more people have messaged me since I started streaming, and a lot of you have been performing very well. And yes, I will help you as much as I can. I will sit. I know some of you send me charts to look at and whatnot, and I do my best to help everybody. I gotten into a trade with somebody who messaged me and they're like, Koshka, this coin is tanking. Can you help us out? And I'm like, yeah, yeah. So we got into a trade and we all made money. So it's really good. Yeah, I think ambivalente. I think you're confusing panic versus a slow sell-off. Even in a slow sell-off, you can still make money. It's just going to take a lot more because the panics. Listen, I don't have to prove anything to you, but if you look at this, after every panic, after every drop, there's a bounce. After every drop, there's a bounce. Every drop, there's always a bounce. Okay, this one is a drop from a pump. But after every panic, underneath the base, look, underneath a base, right? There's a drop. There's a drop. There's always a bounce. All you have to do is get in underneath the base. Okay, this one is not really a panic drop, but there's still a bounce. All you have to do is just find these panics and trade them. Okay? All you have to do, that's it. All you have to do, and you make money. You don't look at the rest of the stuff. It's kind of hard for people who are used to the TA trading method to understand how we look at charts. Okay? We don't look at them as, oh wow, this coin pumped up so much, this is crazy. We ignore all of that. What we look for are, is this coin tanking? Okay, wonderful. Did it break a base? Yes. Everything else, all of the stuff, like my eyes don't even see it anymore. All I'm looking for is, you know, is there a break underneath the base? Yes. I'm gonna buy and then I'm gonna sell. You can sell on the first bounce. You can sell on the first bounce, which is like right here, literally. Because a lot of times what happens is after a drop, there's a bounce. And that bounce, usually, like I said before, touches the previous base, which becomes support. Do I have a particular streaming schedule or not? I really don't, and I'm actually I'm gonna be away for the next 2 months. I'm going to Russia for the World Cup, so you guys will have to deal without me. I don't think I'll be able to stream as much. I'll do my best if I can, but you can absolutely reach out to me on Discord, and if I'm available, I'll be more than happy to assist you. Okay. Participation makes you money, get a good entry, and react to what the market is going. Exactly. So think of it as a frugal trading. You know, why would I want to buy a coin when it's expensive if I can wait and buy when it's cheaper? Okay? Or buy it even lower. Wow, look, I can buy. Oh my god, I was so happy. I could have bought EOS for under $4 just a few weeks ago. That was amazing. How many position trading trades do I make a week? Like I said, it depends. It depends because all you have to do is wait. Okay, if there is a real panic like we had the last few days because BTC was tanking, I went ham and I bought, you know, 15, 16 coins, which is insane. I don't recommend anybody does it because it's really hard to juggle them. Some of the coins bounced back up very nicely. I made anywhere between 20 to 30, 40% on them. Some of the other coins, I'm still waiting for a bounce, which is fine. Your biggest issue is when layering in a position. But like I said, look, let's take EOS again as an example, okay? Because, no, not EOS, AST, okay? Because this is the coin that I'm trading right now. AST, right? This was a panic, right? And the panic turned into a slow bleed. Okay, so let's just say here. Right? So 10% underneath, let me measure out 10, it was like around 10%, right? So about over here. So 67, let's just say 67 to, I think was my initial investment, right? 67 to. So right here. This is where I bought in, right? Ambivalente, I'm gonna go to BitConnect. I will talk about the coin that I traded and made a crap ton of money. It was called Centra. Very similar to BitConnect. I'll show you my trade. So this is where I bought, right? And then this thing never bounced back up, right? This thing never bounced back up. And by the time we've gotten to here, all right, we were another 15% down. So let's just say my first investment was $100, right? So I bought whatever amount of coins for $100 over here. You love my voice, thank you. So whatever over here, my first nibble, 10% under, was my initial investment, right? And I put $100 in. I also took this base into consideration, and then there's a lower base. Oh crap, sorry. Then there's a lower base over there, right? So on that $100, I'm 15% down. So minus 15, that leaves me with what is it? 85, right? Okay, so I'm 85%. I mean, I'm $85 right now from what I invested. So I'm $15 now. One second, I gotta get rid of this. Okay, so my next buy was somewhere over here, right? So I bought 15% down, I bought over here. This, because I sold it up on top, I sold it at 12%. I sold it over here. Let's just say 12.5, right? So this buy was double the amount of the first one, right? So over here, I put $200. Okay, so now let's calculate. $200 and 12% from $200 is $24, right? So by the time I sold over here, I'm in profit, $24, right? This price where I sold is still below where I initially bought, right? So what does this $24 do? This $24 gives me minus 15, my loss from this one. Actually, it's not even loss because by the time we've gotten here, this guy, you know, I was only like 3% at loss. But for example, I'm just saying, just for the sake of the argument, the $24 and 15% loss, $15 loss, right? So what is it? 24 minus 15. I'm a $9 profit after covering this loss right here. Okay? Yeah. So do you see how it works? Do you understand how there's literally no way for you to lose money? Because by the time this thing bounces, and trust me, there's always a bounce, the second buy will compensate for your goddamn loss from this one, and you won't be $15 in loss on this one, but you're also going to be whatever, 20% profit. So essentially, you're getting out of this trade with $3 loss, let's just say, from this trade right here, but $24 profit from this trade right here. Get it? All right. Trust me, even if it's a bleed, okay? So let me show you a different example. EOS. Okay, let's see. Okay, so the way I traded this sucker, right? I knew that we were not gonna... I could have traded all of this, honestly. So we had a slow bleed, right? And then we had another slow bleed. And then we had another slow bleed. Because this is not a panic. This is more of a sell-off, okay? And the sell-off happened because BTC was going up. So let's just say you bought over here and this thing never bounced, right? And then 2-3 weeks later, you're like, oh my god, what the hell is going on? So consider this a base. You buy somewhere over here and it never bounces back up, right? So what I've done was over here, I put, because this was a clear panic and we dropped like 15-20% over here. Over here, I bought a lot. I bought a lot because it was just an extremely cheap price. I mean, besides the fact that I bought EOS during ICO, which is whatever, but I also traded because at this point I just have so many EOS bags, it's ridiculous. So over here, when I bought this trade, okay, from this one we went down 38%. So it was almost a 40% loss on this trade over here, right? And then this one was another with like 20 or whatever percent loss, right? This trade, because I tripled down on this one, this, even if I would have sold right here on this bounce, this would have covered my losses from these two guys, okay? Because this amount of money is much bigger than this one. So $100, $200, $400, okay? By the time we would have gotten here, I would have been less at loss on these two guys, right? And then profit on this one right here. But instead, like I said, because I'm a slow trader and then there was the mainnet thing, I've decided to wait. So my lowest buy covered my ass all the way up to here, and I'm still holding. So what I'm saying is, although yes, you might get stuck in a slow bleed, okay, and this is the worst case scenario. This is you get stuck in a slow bleed when the coin just doesn't bounce back up. Wait for the next panic, the real panic, the real dip, you know, the crazy dip where the coin drops 20% in a straight line down, or whatever, 15% in a smaller time frame. Because look at this. This took a few days for it to drop this much. This took a few days for it to drop this much, right? When you see this, this is a panic that normally has a very quick bounce. You can absolutely trade this and get out of this whole mess, right? If you don't want to hold the coin, by trading the next available panic, doubling down on it or whatever, tripling down on it, and then getting out completely, selling all of your coins, okay? Because the thing is, you also have to keep in mind, the lower the coin goes, the more coins of the actual coin you can buy with the same amount of money that you invested over here. So 40% down, right, from where I bought the next time, for example, or the third time, with the same $100, I could have bought 40% more coins than I did over here. You understand? How often am I buying and selling? It depends. Some coins I hold for a really long time. With BTC, I don't trade BTC as often, and the last time I bought it was BTC. Let me see. The last time I bought BTC was at 6,700, so like right here. Why did I buy over here? Because we went under the base. And all I have to do is wait for the coin to figure out what the hell it wants to do. Okay? So I've been selling my profits. I think I sold somewhere over here. I've sold my initial investment right here, and I'm still holding my profits. Okay? You don't have to sell when it goes down. You sell when it goes up. Yeah. Anyway, ambivalente. Let me show you my trade. Okay? On CTR. Please tell me Cryptopia has it. I actually traded this. Thank you for following. I traded this thing on Binance. Okay? And this was the trade that I made. And it was one of the most amazing trades ever. So by the time this thing decided to drop on Binance, it looked a little bit different, but they all pretty much follow the same pattern. I'm only using Cryptopia because right now it's available on Cryptopia. Okay, so base, right, or whatever, even this could have been considered a base, right? So this was a base. And then by the time the news hit, because trust me, when this thing panic drops 50% in an hour or two, news spreads. So what I've done was I went on Crypto Panic. Crypto Panic is my go-to source for everything. And then you can search by the coin name, so CTR. So what I've done was, it was me and a bunch of other people in Discord, we're in voice, and they're like, oh my god, do you know CTR is tanking? I'm like, no way. So over here was scam, 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 scam. Owners got arrested, news, 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 right? So I'm like, awesome. This is pretty much BitConnect, you know? No, I don't sell at random profit points. I said, I'll explain the whole profit taking because it's as complicated as buying in. I want you guys to first get into the whole buy-in, okay? And then you can do whatever. Drungle, it's a little bit different. But I'll talk about it in a second. Okay, so the news was that the coin went completely off the face of the earth because of the scam and everything else, right? Why do I wait, Chuksu? Because I'm a slow trader, like I told you. Like I said, it's not about what you want. As a position trader, I'm a very slow trader, okay? As a position trader, I will take my time getting into it, and because I have so much money to play with, okay, I can allow myself to wait as long as I have to make profits, okay? So let me go back to CTR. So this thing was dipping, and I think I got in somewhere over here. I traded this little bounce, which was like 20%, right? Then I decided to buy lower. And the reason why I decided to buy lower, and these were my buys, okay? These three were my buys. The reason why I decided to buy lower was because when all of these people were selling, this is why you have to understand the psychology behind everything. This is why I really like looking at the order books. When this thing was getting sold, what I've seen over here on the buy side was that the people were coming in and propping the order book with a lot of buy orders. They weren't why is here Cryptopia CTR BTC looks different? I don't know. The reason why I've decided to do it was because decided to get into the trade is because the order book looked very, very, very heavy when it was tanking. So although the sellers continued to panic sell, they were panic selling not only into existing orders, they were also selling into the orders that people brought in, okay, from the order book. They brought the new orders, they brought fresh money in, basically. So you have to ask yourself that question. Why in the world would anyone buy the stupid coin that's been confirmed a legit scam, where the owners got, you know, because this is as a person who, you know, follows general rules, you would be asking yourself that too, right? Who the hell would want to buy the stupid coin if this thing is tanking because of the bad news, when this is pretty much the end of the project? Well, guess what? You've got to ask yourself the right question. Who the hell are these people selling all of their coins to? Not empty space, not empty air, right? They're selling them to somebody. And the next question is, as a buyer, right, the one who's propping the order book with all of these massive, the orders were insane. 20 BTC order on Binance, it was crazy. 20 BTC, 30 BTC order, and they were all getting filled. They weren't pumping the coin yet. They were allowing the sellers to sell into their hands. Okay, they're selling to Luke. Yeah, they're selling to me, to Luke, to everybody else who decided to take advantage of this. So what I've done, uh, what I've done was I layered, and all you have to do is wait for the sellers to stop selling. Like I said before, there's a group of buyers and then there's a group of sellers. Everything that you see on this chart is an argument between the buyers and the sellers. Thank you for following. So what happens when the sellers win and take over? That means the coin goes down. And when the buyers win, the coin goes up, right? So in this particular case, we had so many sellers that wanted to panic sell their coin, and we allowed them to do that. And the buyers allowed them to do that by just sitting there and letting the sellers panic and freak out. And when they were doing that, they were panic selling at loss. These guys were allowing these sellers to fill their large orders. And by the times the sellers exhausted themselves. So see, sellers slow down over here. This coin stabilized at some price level. Then another wave came in and they're like, oh my god, this coin is junk, you know, we're gonna continue to sell. So they sold over here, right? And then this is where we bottomed. And trust me, I had this thing layered all the way down to freaking 1 Satoshi if I had to. And this is what happened. The next thing you know is once the sellers stopped, this is when the buyers came in, whoever bought all of these crazy orders, right? At these prices, and these prices, and these prices. And then they brought this thing up, and it pumped almost 300%. And guess what? I was the one who made, literally, because I bought somewhere over here, I think. So I was close to, I almost made 200% on this one. I made about 180, 170. Okay. And then that's it. This was the trade that I wanted, and I got out. Same thing happened on BitConnect. If you look closely on BitConnect, it's no longer on the markets here, so I can't see it. If you look closely on BitConnect, there was a pump. How much did I put in? I didn't put a lot in. I put maybe like, total amount was maybe what, 1,500, I would say, maybe 2,000. So same thing happened with BitConnect. Same thing happened with ZCL, which was the coin that I was trading. Was it ZCL? Yes, I think so. Let me see where it goes. Yep, this one right here. I was trading this coin because I got a bunch of what's it called? Bitcoin private, right? So right after the fork, this thing dumped, because this is what happens after the fork, things dump, right? But look, if you would have caught this dip, right? Even if you would have bought over here, you could have caught this dip, you could have layered. And guess what? This dip right here would have made you almost 240%. And trust me, if you know how to layer, if your buy orders look like this, where the heaviest ones go all the way at the bottom, okay? These guys would have been compensated by this bounce right here, okay? And that's it. That's all you need. You need to trade the initial bounce. I don't recommend guys doing it because this is very dangerous, okay? I'm comfortable trading these because it's not the first, you know, dead coin that I've traded. But if you're unsure, if you don't want to take these kind of deals, then it's absolutely fine. It's up to you. And how do we know that it's a huge sell-off due to bad news? Well, because you see that if the coin decides to drop, let's just say, you know, 85% underneath the base, then it's fine. Am I bullish or bearish on BTC right now? I'm neutral. I really don't know what's going to happen with BTC, honestly. Don't try to sit there and predict. So So we'll see. I'm only going to pay, like I said, guys, I'm only going to pay attention to BTC if this thing decides to, hello, BTC, where are you? I'm only going to pay attention to BTC if this thing decides to tank, okay? I'm not going to sit there and guess where it's going to go. To me, it's a complete waste of time. If I'm in it and it goes up, wonderful, because I'm still in it. Wonderful. If it goes down, this is when I come in and trade, okay? I don't like to sit there and guess. It's a waste of my time, guys. I have more important things to do. I can trade and make money without sitting there and hoping and guessing and expecting it to do something. I've stepped away from that mentality a very, very long time ago. Okay? Mr. Unicorn, 80% of my trading stack is in USDT because I've grown my account to a point when I cannot trade on the regular exchange anymore. Okay? I have to go and trade on GDAX because that's the only way I'm gonna make money without pumping something. So what I do is, and I've explained it earlier, guys, if I want to trade on an exchange and I want to trade my alts, right? What I do is, for example, I bought at 8,700 or 8,800 right here. What you can do, depending on what you want, okay? If you're just building up an account, take all of the profits out with initial investment, what you can do is, I mean, what I do, and this is how I trade other exchanges. For example, I've made 20% on BTC whenever I invested over here. What I do is I take the initial investment out. So if I've invested $100 over here and I made 26 bucks on top of it, I can definitely trade on Binance. I mean, I do trade on Binance, I do, but not with the sums that I'm putting into like BTC and Ethereum trades. So, basically, what happens is, on $100, I made 26, right? I take the $100 out, put it back into my trading stack, and then the $26, which is my profit, I keep in the coin. So this is how I accumulate BTC. Okay, this is how it allows me to basically trade with profits instead of trading with my own money. And this is how I accumulate other coins. Right now, like I mentioned before, and I'm going to show it to death, the coin that I'm accumulating like crazy is Ardor, right? And all I'm doing is I'm trading this, like, for example, I traded this little panic, right? Okay. And then I've made, let's just say, 10-15% on this, right? Did my order hit? I think it did. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the initial investment out and I'm keeping the rest of the free coins in there. So, for example, if I invested $100 and I made $10 on top of it worth of coins, which means I have, for example, like 20 coins worth 10 bucks, right? I'm keeping the 20 coins in here and selling $100 worth of Ardor or whatever back in my trading stack. Have I tried the take profit feature of the 3 commas IO? No, I've never even heard of it. The raffle is coming up, guys. Alright, so this is how I accumulate all kinds of coins, and like I said, I hold a lot of bags of a bunch of different coins, and some of them are bigger than the other ones, and the other ones are, you know, smaller, obviously, it depends. But it is absolutely possible to trade any of this and make money and really not invest your own money basically in a coin. You can still trade it and accumulate the coin make money, and then by the time it goes up, the free coins that you've gotten from the trades are all going to be in profit, which is also very convenient. Yeah, but I feel more comfortable on GDAX. I've been using GDAX for a while, and I like it there. And all I have to do, like Binance, Bittrex, KuCoin, you know, Cryptopia, whatever I'm trading, I'm I use them to trade alts. But Ethereum, BTC, I trade on GDAX. It's just easier for me that way. Can I explain what I'm looking for when I'm deciding to take profit? Okay, so when it comes to profit, guys, there's the traditional QFA method, and then there's my slow, lazy way of taking profits, okay? Because we really can't predict what the hell is going to happen. So, for example, on the coins that I'm interested in holding for whatever reason, like EOS, the reason why I decided to hold it is because I like the project based on fundamentals, and I wanted to keep it, and to me it was just a long-term hold anyway, so I just bought a bunch of coins at the bottom basically and took advantage of the dip, right? If you don't really care about the coin, for example, I have plenty of QTIM right now, right? So I don't really need to, I was trading it on Binance. USD. So I have a lot of QTIM and I don't really need any of it. So I got into the trade and then got out of the trade. So what you have to do is, so let's say this is our base, right? Okay. So this is our base. So remember guys, I told you a lot of times when there's a panic, there's an initial bounce that goes up to the base, right? To the previous base, touches the previous support, which becomes resistance a lot of times, right? So all you have to do is, let's just say you bought somewhere over here, right? All you have to do, because you really don't know what's going to happen, is just perform this particular trade. So get in and get out. And take all of your money out. Take your initial investment and take your profits out. And then put it back in your trading stack. Okay? That's an absolutely okay way to handle things. You can do that. And you know what? A lot of times when I trade, the coin runs away from me and goes up, and sucks to suck, you know, unlucky me. So, but I did perform this trade and it was safe. And that's all I care about. Okay? So what I do a lot of times, because like I said, I'm a very, very slow trader. So let's just say, let me look back. Okay. So for example, I've traded, let's just say I've traded QTIM over here, right? So we broke a very clear support and then we dipped whatever percentage down. Let's just say I first bought at like 9%, right? So over here, and then my second buy was over here, and then I didn't sell on this bounce. Okay, I didn't sell on this bounce because for whatever reason, and then by the time we got into here, this thing decided to go up. So for example, you bought here, you bought over here, and you're holding it. And then now the coin is in, because this is what happened with me in the US. So it went up like, let's say 80%, right? So what you can do, you can sell your initial investment somewhere, right? If you're interested in holding the coin. So for example, blah, 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 after all this time, you know, I'm selling over here. I'm selling at profit. I'm selling these two guys over here. Then I also have these two. Remember position trading? I have these two orders and I'm going to sell them over here. What I'm selling is I'm selling either my whole initial investment, okay? Or I'm selling a portion of it. By doing it, and Luke talks about it as well, is because we really don't know what's going to happen, okay? We really don't know because, god damn it, hold on a second. When you're at this point right here, do you really know where the coin is going to go? Absolutely not. Do you think it's going to pump higher? Your greedy little guy inside of you wants it to go higher, of course, right? But then the rational guy is like, maybe you should sell right now because you're already in good profit, so how the hell do you know where it's going to go, right? So what you can do, and this is why I love position trading, you can sell either half of your investment or your full investment and just keep the profits in, okay? So on $100 that I've invested, on $100 that I have invested over here, I would take, you know, I'm up 40% as an example, right? So I'm going to take $100 out and I'm going to keep $40 in here. And then essentially I'm safe. Hi, Cremas. How are you? So essentially, you're still feeding both guys. You're feeding the guy inside of you that says, dude, sell right now because you really don't know where it's going to go. And you essentially, you're also good by still being in position with your profits in here. Because if you really think about it, the profits that you made off this coin are your free coins. So if you have $40 worth of QTM that you've made from this trade over here, that's not your coins. That's the coins you bought from somebody else when somebody else was selling. Get it? So this way you're safely in a position, and you know that just in case this thing bounces or drops lower, you're gonna take your $100 and come and trade again with it, you know? And then this way you can not only accumulate, you can also compensate from the loss from your profits over here. But because the profits that are left over here are much smaller than if you would have left the whole initial investment, you're still good, okay? It gets a little bit more complicated. So it depends on what you want. If you want to keep the profits in, absolutely keep it in. And the higher this thing goes, this is what we call hot potato. In hi Crypto Gecko, how are you? The thing is, the higher the coin goes, the more we can sell. So what Luke recommends we do is that we sell 20% over here of the profits, right? And then you sell another 20% over here of the profits, and another that sell another 20% over here of the profits. This is what I've done when I was trading BTC. And let me see, GDAX. Okay. Ambivalente, I mean, I see what you're doing. You're trying to troll. Quit being so butthurt, dude. Like, you're trying to, I don't know, have an argument with me. It's not gonna work. I'm not gonna sit there and, you know, waste my time explaining to you why I don't use TA and why I think TA doesn't work. And you're gonna sit there and explain to me that TA is the way to go. And we're gonna continue and go at each other for hours and hours and hours without really resolving the conflict. So quit trying to troll. Thanks. Okay, so what I've done over here, okay, I think, was it trading BTC? God, I don't remember. Was it trading BTC or Ethereum? One of these, I was, so I bought over here, close to 6K, right? And the reason why I bought, guys, remember I explained it to you in one of my previous videos, is that we went very much under the base. And I can pretty much spot the bottoms, okay? In the panic, I can spot the bottoms, and that helps me a lot when I go long, okay? Because closer to the bottom, remember, like I was explaining on Centracoin? Leave me alone with my vape juice. I like it. It tastes like mango. Ambivalente, I don't need to prove anything to you. You more than welcome to leave. I mean, why are you sitting there raging at somebody who's not even in front of you? I mean, come on. Go outside. Outside is nice too, you know? Anyway, if you're trying to like trigger me or anything, I'm untrollable, literally. Y- I ignore everything. But you sound like you're raging. You're sitting there trying to prove something. And we're like, yeah, we get your point. You're good. Like, it's fine. I'm not gonna sit there and prove anything to you. I don't have to show you anything. I don't have to explain anything to you. You either take it or leave it. So, sorry. It's fine. He's trying to prove a point. He's trying to come out of this argument as a winner. The thing is, there's no argument. So, no, it's fine, guys. Don't gang up on him. He's willing to express his opinion. He's willing to do whatever. It's fine. How would I layer my buys on Qtum? It seems like a good way to start, or am I wrong? Uh, I'll show you. Hi, Snowfit. Do you live out position trading? I don't understand what that means. Hi, Gorham Fire. How are you? Anyway, so I can spot the bottoms by looking at the increased volume, plus I also look at the order books and I see that, yeah, although these guys are selling, uh, this thing is full of nice big buy orders. And basically what happens is the sellers say, okay, this is the bottom for us. This is as low as we wanted to go. Okay. So this was one of my best trades to this day. Okay, since I started actively trading instead of investing. Because before, like I said, I used to invest. Like I invested in Ethereum based on fundamentals back in like 2017 or 2016. At $7, I bought a bunch and then I held it. And that's it. And I only sold it like whatever, 1400, you know, at some point. But trading is a little bit different. Okay, so active trading, this was my best trade since I started position trading. And what happens over here is we went up and I think I didn't sell in the initial bounce because like I said, I'm a very slow trader. But once we started getting to this point, okay, what I've done, I started taking out my profits. Okay, so instead of taking initial investment out and then the rest of them, because I really like to keep the free BTC coins that I get, what happens is I decided to sell portions. So by the time we've gotten to, I think over here, I was very low on my BTC stack. So, why does this person keep complaining? Jesus Christ. See, he's still trying to prove something. He doesn't understand that nobody really cares. Can I look at VIB BTC? Yes, 1 second. So, what I've done is all throughout over here, even over here. I think I bought some, but over here and over here and over here, I was selling. Okay, so this was my sell area. And by the time we've gotten to, I think, this point, I ended up having literally like close to nothing BTC. And then I was really hoping it would dip more so I could trade the dip. That's what I mean, he wants me to do live trading. You're gonna have to sit there for about a week or two and wait for me to sell at profit. Well, not a week or two, but at least a few days. But, I mean, I don't understand. This guy is basically trying to call me out. He's saying that I'm bullshitting, okay? And he's doing it in such an unsuccessful way that he's digging his own grave right now. So I would recommend that we not pay attention to it anymore, okay? Let him rage on his own in his own corner. Let's all, sympathize and feel sorry for him for a second, and then let's move on. Because seriously, I'm not gonna do this stream for like 100 hours. Okay, Vib. 1 second. I'll look at Qtum in a second. Okay. What am I looking at? Vib, Ethereum. No, guys, it's fine. Leave him alone. We're not gonna stoop to that level. Okay, let him do his own thing. It's fine. Trust me. There's plenty of people who uh, sit there and rage about the fact that I tell them that in my way of trading TA doesn't work. Let them. It's fine. He's gonna sit there and say, "But I bought Ethereum when it was this, and I'm the smarter one." He needs validation, and we're not giving it to him, and that's why he's continuing to rage. You understand? It's psychology. The BTC. 1 second. Okay, what am I looking at? This is a pullback type of a trade. I am the wrong person to ask about these. I will honestly tell you right now, because I'm not the one that buys this. Although you absolutely can, but I would just be a little bit more careful because I hate these kind of trades. I'd rather buy this right here when it's breaking a base. Right here, it didn't break any kind of bases. It's just a pullback trade. Okay, pullback is when the coin bounces up and then it goes down and whatever corrects, or it might have an initial bounce back up. But I really, really don't like to trade these because these are very dangerous. Okay, I would feel much more comfortable trading this. Understand? Average down is notoriously dangerous method in the stock market for noobs, so this is skepticism is warranted. Okay, we have another one. All right. No, it's fine. I mean, I guess you didn't listen anything that I was talking about, so you're assuming. It's fine. It's a famous method. One-legged pirate here. Let me give you Luke's YouTube. Oh my god. No, he's just he's beginning to sound angry. So a healthy argument is one thing, and I can support that. But when you say, "Oh, this is bullshit. This is this and that," it just I'm not gonna stoop to your level. So yeah. Okay, you guys handle the trolls in the chat, and I'll talk about the coins. Okay, so I wouldn't trade this for one reason, because this is a huge pump, okay? This thing went up, let's just say 44%, okay? It pumped very quickly, and for whatever reason, well, because it dumped, and usually there's a pump after a dump. So I would be very careful trading this right now. I wouldn't get into it, okay? The minimum, whatever you feel comfortable. Like I said, guys, if you do decide to do position trading, okay, I would be very, very careful with going into more than a few coins. When I first started learning this kind of method, Luke's method, I only traded Ethereum, okay, and it helped me get used to this. It helped me to start seeing the charts differently than a lot of people do, right? And it also helped me grow my stack. So if you're just starting out, pick a coin and trade it, whether it's a USDT pair or BTC pair or Ethereum pair. It's up to you. Do I use spreadsheet to know what to set your buy and sell layers at? If not, do you decide on the price levels and the amount of layers? A lot of times, because I've gotten, like I told you guys, I've gotten into so many coins. What I normally do is, let me Okay, so for example, I've decided to trade this, right? And I've established that this is my base, okay? And the reason why I'm picking these two guys as a base and not this bounce is because although we did have a dip, there was a very weak bounce, okay? So I'm not really considering this a strong base. A strong base for me would be when the coin panic dip and then we had a bounce. When it panic dipped and then it had a bounce, okay? So this would be a better trade for me. So for example, I got into here and I've traded this and I have no clue what VIB is because I've never heard of it in my life. I don't know what the hell it is. So if I'm auto trading, I call it auto trading, okay? Let's just say I bought somewhere over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set my sell orders. So I'm going to market sell orders, you know, like for the future, somewhere in this section. So I'm going to layer my sell orders where I'm going to sell everything. Up to you. You can also do it in such a way that over here you're only selling a portion of your initial investment, okay? And if they hit, that's wonderful. And if this thing decides to go lower, then we're going to have a different story. Then, you know, we're going to double down over here, for example, and you can set up your sell order somewhere in here as well, okay? So I don't know. RPS, are you sure it's 10K? Because I know some people started with much less. Luke started with what, 300 bucks, but then he was doing account building for a while. That's true. That's true. There's a person that started following this kind of method, and I think he literally started with 700 bucks. He was just telling me recently, and a few months later, I think he started about 2 months ago, and he's up to almost 4K, like 37 something, I think. So 1K, you can either. The thing is, the more money you have, okay, the more trading stack money that you have, the more you can play with, because you can absolutely start with 500 for position trading. Absolutely. Luke started with 300, and in a year he made 50K from just trading. Okay, so it's absolutely possible. If you're doing position trading, gotta keep in mind that pick a coin, like I'm trading NXT on Bittrex, USDT there, okay? Pick a coin that has a lot of ups and downs, okay? You're better off doing a mixture of position trading and yeah, Discord. This is the Discord. You can go in there, and this is the QFL Discord. Luke doesn't really respond a lot to people because he's a busy trader. He trades on both the stock market and he trades in crypto as well. So, but he does try to answer the questions as well, okay? So pick a coin that, ARC. You need to pick a coin that looks like this, okay? And this will allow you to grow your account by a lot of money, okay? This is a mixture of position trading and, am I in QFL Slack as well? Yeah, I am. This is a mixture of position trading and account building, okay? Yeah, he does penny stocks, which is, like he said many times, unless you're an experienced trader, he doesn't recommend that you get into penny stocks because a lot of people lose money. And he was saying that although he was sitting right next to the people and explaining to them and, you know, showing them how to trade, they would still lose money. So don't get into penny stocks. Penny stocks is like trading a coin like BitConnect, okay? Because when you trade penny stocks and when you trade a coin like Centra, BitConnect, you know, and whatever else is dumping, you also have to keep an eye on the order book, okay? So yeah, Drongo. So whoever was asking about starting with $500, I would recommend finding a coin like this, you can start on Binance and just sit there and trade this coin. Perform these trades, you know, play every bounce. Don't hold your stuff in the coin. Play every bounce. Wait for it to dip, play every bounce. And also keep in mind the basis, because this is a higher volume coin, and you can easily play the base breaks as well. Okay? So over here, I would have played with maybe $100, $150, right? And you can play over here on these guys with a little bit more money. Okay? To this day, this is still one of my favorite coins to trade, because the history of it shows that this coin has crazy ups and downs. Every one of these, God damn it, what the hell's wrong with it? Every one of these you can absolutely trade. All you have to do is layer your buys and sells. Okay? Alright guys, let's do a giveaway. I gotta go soon because I'm traveling today. But make sure you type in !raffle. I'm gonna close it off soon. Yes, I do trade. I don't use Trade Dash. The only thing, honestly, guys, I'm a very simple type of a trader. The only thing I use outside the exchanges is CoinJ, because I can trade on the North Pole if I have to, as long as I have internet connection. Okay, I can sit there and all I need is the chart and the exchange. Luke hasn't even taken anything out of crypto. I don't know if he did or not. That's not our business, guys. Our business is to thank him every day for showing us the way. When do you, Abby, how do you do your layers? I don't really do it like the regular pyramid way, you know, like I do on account build. I mean, on what the hell is it called? Brain fart. When I do on position trading, there you go. When I do account building, is I try to, let's just say I'm playing with 200 bucks. You know, I try to layer equally. Okay, so 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, basically. Okay. Oh, but Ambivalente, you're still here. Jesus. No, it's fine. I don't pay attention to this, honestly. Trust me, those who understand, they know that this works, okay? And a lot of people have been making very good money with this, because they personally come to me and tell me this stuff. And if you don't want to believe it, if you don't want to give it a shot, that's absolutely fine, okay? I just don't need you to stoop to the level when, you know, you're sitting there trying to prove to somebody who doesn't care. Because essentially, I really don't care. Because this works for me, this made me a lot of money, and that's all that matters. I'm really sorry, Ambivalente, that after, what, 3 hours of talking, 2 hours of talking, you still don't understand what I mean. So then you'll never know. It's fine, guys. It's he's attempting a trolling, and it's obviously not working because he's not getting any kind of reaction from me. So, okay, let's do the raffle, okay? So, everybody's in? Please, important, message me right away if you win. Otherwise, I'm not going to, I won't be able to send you money. Raffle, I'm giving away 50 bucks, and I'm sending it via crypto, so probably Ethereum. Okay. Draw. Stop Loss Hunter. Congratulations. There you go. Please message me. Circa, I'm sorry. Too late. I'll do another one next time. Rigged. Where is Stop Loss Hunter? Alright, hopefully he messages me. Paul, you got muted for a little bit. No problem. Really, well, I really hope Stop Loss Hunter messages me and lets me know that he actually wants the money. Please do that, and I'll be more than happy to send it to you. Also, I do a giveaway every time I stream, so don't worry if you didn't win. There's always the next time. Okay. So when would you start layering into Arc where it is now? Let me see. Also keep in mind that this thing pumped, so it has a higher chance of correcting. I would probably start layering somewhere in this section right here. Okay, but also keep in mind, like I said, if you do decide to layer, buy here, but keep in mind that this is a base as well. Okay, so this would be my next area to buy. Okay. Yeah, I do streams, guys, but the reason why I decided to do these streams is because I got tired of explaining this to every single individual person out there. So it's easier for me to combine, you know, this into streaming sessions. So if you do have questions and I'm live, you can ask me, okay? Because a lot of people have been interested in this kind of method, which is wonderful. But at the same time, it becomes overbearing to sit there and explain the same thing over and over and over and over again. So no problem. Crypto Gecko, you're funny. I'm not a legend, I'm a disciple of Quick Fingers. Look, guys, and I am happy that, honestly, when I started trading and I googled how do you trade in crypto, one of the first things that popped up in Google was Luke's Steam account. So I went directly to the source, and instead I you know, instead of doing it the traditional way. Oh my god, look at this ambivalente guy. He still doesn't stop. This is amazing. Honestly, guys, he's the first official troll on this Twitch. Congratulations, Ambivalente. You've been promoted to the troll status. I can't believe he's still going. Jesus. I mean, dude, you're going into a place where your argument is literally invalid, okay? So no, no, Mr. Unicorn, he's gonna come and tell you that he bought BTC when it was at 5 cents. Yeah. Because he knows. Oh my god. His mind is like going overboard right now. Because he's like, what the hell? How the hell did she say to buy over here? Why? You're gonna lose money. Yes, Luke is amazing, and Luke is very knowledgeable. And I'm glad, honestly, because I did have a conversation with him before I started the streams. I'm glad that I had he gave me a green light. He said, absolutely do it. I have no clue who Angelo BTC is, but okay. This guy, I swear. Look, guys, his dick is bigger than everybody else's here. He's still trying to prove to be relevant. All famous people have haters. Yeah. I don't want haters. I want general public to continue to sell at loss when it's red. This is how I make money. Do I account build only on Binance? No, account building is more for... Binance is a high volume exchange. So, although you can still find coins like ARK right here, right? You can still find it as a... account building coin, but those are really rare, and most of them are on Ethereum pairs, because look, ARK on BTC pair looks completely different. It doesn't have the whippiness that we need for account building, see? Because the BTC pair has higher volume than Ethereum pair, okay? And Ethereum pair has these ups and downs, and I explained to you guys why, because of the thinner order book. So for account building, and I do account building only when there's literally nothing else to do. When the market is, not tanking, when BTC is going sideways or whatever, then I go and do my little account buildings. Ambivalente, you sound like Until 1 mil, I swear. Oh my god, is that you fucking trolling me? Jesus. Hold on, let me message you. What the fuck? Oh my god, I swear, you sound like Until. He's the most hardcore TA guy, and he's always like, he has to sit there and prove to everybody that everybody else is wrong. Oh my god, I swear. You actually follow Until. Oh my god, I just messaged him. Oh my god. It's okay, I like Until. He's good. Hey, even now he started talking about buying underneath the base. Oh my god. I don't think he's malicious. Absolutely not. He's just he wants validation, like I said. So this is funny. Anyway, you are more than welcome to completely ignore him, because obviously this argument is completely invalid. Can I ask if I played a recent dip on Bitcoin over the last week? If it's covered earlier on your stream. Don't worry. I haven't really played the actual Bitcoin on the exchanges, but um I did play on BitMEX. Okay, so like I said, to me, playing on BitMEX on these little, come on, CoinG, Jesus Christ, playing on BitMEX for me is more profitable when Bitcoin barely dips. I actually, no, never mind. I did play this one and I made like 5% on it or something, because under the base, I bought 5% under the base. So let's see, where was it? So like over here, I think. Yeah. And then I sold literally like over here somewhere in this area. 86. It was around 87. So this was like a very shitty little trade. But to me, this is much more profitable if I play on BitMEX. Okay. Ambivalente, I can't explain stuff to you if you don't understand. No, don't ban him. No, it's fine. He's willing to do whatever he wants. I think you know what's gonna piss him off more if everybody ignores him. So how about this, guys? Let's all ignore him. He's gonna go nuts trying to talk to himself. Huh? The next base would be, like I said, dude, I'm playing it on 4-hour chart, okay? I don't play it on 1 hour. 1 hour is not interesting to me. I only go in 1 hour when we're at the bottom and we're tanking and there's a drop. So right now, I'm already in position because I did sell my initial investment somewhere over here, okay? So I'm in a position with whatever profits I have. This would be my next strong base. This is a base as well. It's a weaker base, but it's a base still. And of course, the 6K. And I really hope that one day we break this thing. And we break it not in a slow sell-off type of a fashion, okay? We actually break it off in nice dump. Like we had one over here. But we'll see. We'll see. And if this thing decides to go up, like I said, you know, I'm gonna wait for the next dip. And if there's a dip somewhere in the future at the higher price, trust me, I'll be the one trading it. Okay? This is not a real panic to me. I mean, it's not that it's not a real panic to me, but if you think about it, look at the size of these candles. Look at the size of these candles. There's much more argument here between buyers and the sellers than on these candles over here. These red candles are more prominent, they're stronger. You know, this is where there's a lot more panic going on. Is this a panic? Yes, it is, but it's, like I said, it's weaker. So, what did I guys tell you? I told you that it doesn't take a day or two, especially for large giants like BTC. Okay? Especially for large giants like BTC. It doesn't take a few hours. It takes a few days, if not a week, to drop significantly in order for me to start trading it. Okay? So, I'm gonna give it time. I want to see where it goes. If we're going to go lower, that's great. But from what I'm seeing on GDAX, is that there's still a lot of support over here. So we have strong support at 8K, right? Because there's a big order sitting there. So I highly doubt it's gonna do these crazy drops often. Okay. Are there any good base cracks happening right now? I don't know. Let me check. Mr. Unicorn, please don't waste your time on that person. He's not worth it. Let me check my Telegram. Today's what, Wednesday? I think S&M was it S&M that was tanking? S&M Finance. S&M would be a coin. But like I said, if you do plan on trading this, okay? Where are we? Did we have a bounce? Yeah, we had a bounce. Look, we already had a bounce. This bounce happened while I was streaming because I looked at this coin earlier. So we had a 10% bounce. And let me see. Ha! Okay, let me show you something. Let me hold. How do you hold? Hold? Okay. It's not me. Oh. Okay. See what happened over here? Ah, shit. My bad. Okay. Look. We had a bounce. What? Remember I drew this base? Right? So we had a bounce. And it literally touched the previous base, which became resistance. This is your safest trade. When it breaks the base, we went down, was it 8-9%, was it? Right? 10%, let's just say. You could have traded this. Mikazi, you want to PM me and then I'll link it? Because I do have a Nightbot that doesn't allow to post. So let's see where this thing goes right now. Let me see what this is. I would probably... Like I said, it's up to you if you want to get in here right now, okay? In this section. But keep in mind that these bases also exist. So if you do decide to layer, because this is a panic, okay? This is a nice panic. If you do decide to layer, make sure that you have enough money in case this thing decides to go lower. So if your first nibble would be somewhere in this section, I would layer somewhere, let's just say another 15%. Somewhere in this section would be my double, okay? How to destroy the market makers. Okay, I'll post it. I'll watch it later. There you go. That explains why buy in a safe circle? Yeah, I'll check it out. Thank you. All right. Okay. So, safe trades to you guys. Make money. Be profitable. Don't buy when everybody else is buying. Buy when everybody else is selling. Okay? That video is about why we purchase in the safe circles, basically. It's a very... thank you, Mikazi. I appreciate it. The guide talks about why big banks buy under support, buying under the support where the stop losses are clustered. Oh yeah, and this is another reason why I don't use stop losses, because of the stop loss hunters. But I'll talk about it in the next video. Honestly, guys, I would highly recommend that all of you watch the why I don't use indicators, Luke's video, because he talks about stop loss hunters. He talks about the big money manipulating the market. and he talks about why TA doesn't work. Okay? He literally draws a bunch of random lines on the chart to prove the point. It's hilarious. Okay? Watch this. I highly recommend it. It's half an hour, but trust me, it's going to be the best half an hour you're going to spend in your lifetime when it comes to oh my god, ambivalente. It's fine. You don't have to apologize. But you really want to come back later? Oh my god. Wee. My life is ruined. Okay, so check that video out. And please, whoever won the what's it called? The raffle, please message me. If you don't message me, I won't be able to send you money. Hopefully that person is watching. How long am I streaming today? I'm about to end my stream, guys, because I'm traveling today and I have to go soon. So, but thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. It's good to have healthy arguments, okay? But I am not gonna sit there and argue with trolls because it's pointless. Poker, you can watch the recorded version of it, okay? Yeah, RPS, thank you so much. Who won the raffle? A guy named Stop Loss Hunter, wherever he is. Stop Loss Hunter, please message me because you won. Спасибо, пожалуйста. Alright, guys. Yes, Stop Loss Hunter, thank you. Jesus. Message me. You won. Here you go. I'll message you. Give me your Ethereum address. PM me. I just sent you a message on Twitch. You're welcome for answering questions. Your computer decided to restart and install updates mid BTC answer, so we'll rewind the video. Like I said, I'm not purchasing so rigged stop loss. So like I said, on BTC, I'm not gonna purchase anything. Let me go back to it. I'll repeat it for you. BTC. I'm just gonna use the Binance one. So, like I said, I'm not gonna buy anything until it breaks a base. Okay, there's really no panic for me. If there's panic, it just started. Okay, so I'm not interested in purchasing BTC right now in hopes of making nothing, because we already had a really crappy bounce. What that shows to me that there's not enough interest from the buyers. Okay, so if we break this base, and then if we break this base and this base, if we break this base and we tank in panic, then I'm buying. Okay, if we break the 6K, I'll be the happiest person alive, I swear. So this means that we're gonna go down, because this is a really strong base, and depending on how prominent the panic is, I'll tell you whether or not I'll be trading it. Okay? Alright, guys, thank you so much. Stop Loss Hunter, PM me your Ethereum information. I'm gonna go and go do my thing now. Feel free to message me. Be nice to each other. Many profits and safe trades to you. Alright? Alright, bye.